it, but the fact of the matter is that a lot of times it matters. I personally like women with kids. That's just me.
You said
But
what?
the fact I like women with a kid or two. That's just me, right? But it does matter in the dating world. And a lot of women took offense to what Kevin Samuels was saying, but it's a lot of factors that are involved with that. You are a nice looking woman.
Mm-hmm.
You're a nice looking woman. So for you, things are a lot different for you than it is for a lot of other women, regardless of if we don't want to believe it or not. A lot of other women do have problems because they got kids. Men too. Kids, different things that go on in our lives, people look at them and want to step back from it, depending on what it is that you bring that the other people want, right? For men, women will overlook a man that's got two kids, whatever, if he's financially set, right?
Mm-hmm.
Men will overlook a woman that's got two kids if she's gorgeous and body in shape and different things like that. But for the majority of a lot of people, it don't work that way for a lot of people where they got all of these here options and they want a man that's making $400,000 and she got three kids and she's 100 pounds overweight. Like, it's different factors that play into that I think that Kevin Samuels was more talking about. Like, okay, what's your dress size? What is this? What is that? You got four kids? Sweetheart, you might as well stay with your baby daddy because it's going to be tough for you when you come out here with four kids, 100 pounds overweight, and you rank yourself a 4. That's going to be tough for you. It'll be a lot easier for a woman that's an 8 or a 9 that's got two kids, that's, you know what I'm saying, in shape. So it all depends. Like, everything ain't it's not a blanket thing. Like, you can get whatever it is you want out here. Like, it don't work like that in the
But I'm not
real
saying
world.
that. I'm just saying that they don't have to
Yeah.
be with just somebody that's giving them isn't treating them well. I'm not
No,
there
you
being
should
with
never be with nobody that's not treating you well.
right.
Never.
Stay with anybody that's not treating them well just
You should,
because
yeah.
they feel
You
like they
should
can.
never. That's stupid. That's stupid. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion, to tell somebody, hey, you should be with somebody that's treating you like trash because you got three kids or you got two kids or whatever the case. Like, that's stupid to me to tell somebody that. You know what I'm saying? It's more real. It's cool for me to tell them you need to be realistic about what you're asking for because you got three kids, because you ranked yourself a 4, because you're 100 pounds overweight.
No, I
You
get
should be more realistic, just
no.
like a man
I,
should be more realistic if he works at Burger King. Bruh, stop trying to talk to tens and you work at Burger King. You need to be a little more realistic about what it is you're asking for. So that's what I think the balance is. And I didn't see the comment from whoever made
yeah.
a comment, but
I mean,
yeah.
it's. I work with a lot of women. There are some women on here that are really just, I really, love and care about, and I don't want anybody to feel
Mm-hmm.
like because of having a child or whatever like that. I feel like I think that if you're trying to get a certain man or you're trying to get a certain caliber of man, then absolutely, then you do have to take into account those things.
There you
But
go.
if you're looking for a man that if you're looking for a man, that he doesn't have to be all that. I think for me, character means a lot to me.
Mm-hmm.
The character of a man means a lot to me. And I think we
Yeah.
a lot of emphasis on their status and their money and things like that. But like, who are you as a person? How do you handle stress? Things like that. Like, that means a
Yeah.
lot in a
Yeah.
relationship. That means a lot as you move into a marriage. So I
Yeah.
think that we undervalue those things.
And so a lot of times, and this here is what happens a lot of times too, um, with women. You know what I'm saying? Women are coddled a lot out here in the dating world and just in the world, period, right?
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of people go to bat for the women, right? And tell them, hey, um, like you felt some type of way. I don't know, I ain't see the comment, but because they had a kid, you know what I'm saying, they could do this or have to settle for this or that. But a lot of times they have no problem telling the men, hey, you don't qualify. You don't make enough money for me. And we see this a lot from the women.
I
I
agree.
won't deal with a dude
I agree.
that's making $60,000. He don't qualify for me. And he got a kid, and he's under 6 foot, and he's this and that. And they have no issue throwing these here things at a man that disqualifies him for certain type of women. But then when it turns around and the men say, hey, you disqualified a lot of times from this type of man, it's an uproar. How dare you tell a woman this? How dare you tell a woman that? So we got to be fair on both ends of the spectrum on how we deal with, how we give and take constructive criticism and being realistic out here in the dating world from both ends.
No, I agree.
From the men and the women.
No, I agree with that. I don't have no argument against it at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a point you made.
That thing, but yeah.
The dating thing. But yeah, like men want to know that a woman is interested in them too. Men want to know that. Just like that woman wants to know that man really likes her by his communication to her and willingness to reach out. Men want to know that too. We want to know that you're interested and not just hey, I pick up for you. I'm interested in you, so I text you here and there just to see how your day was, to see if you had a good day. That's men feel good when we get texts like that here or there. The man should do most of the communicating, most of the reaching out when he first meet a woman. I'm not saying he should. He absolutely should. Right. But if that woman likes that man,
that's my point.
Yeah, if that woman likes that man and thinks for an inkling that he could be a quality man, she should be giving him some type of energy in that direction other than just picking up, to let him know, okay, to let him know I thought about you. One time during the week, here's a text. How was your day? Just to let him know, because if he's a quality man and you think that he's a quality husband material man and he got good traits, about him and good things about him, you're not the only one that see it. You're not the only one that see it. And there's other women out here that's just as pretty, just as freaky, just as whatever out here, qualified, that will see it and have no problem saying, hey, how was your day? Did you eat today? Blah, blah, blah. And as a man, that woman over here, she's just as pretty. She's just as feminine. She's just as, nice and pleasant to talk to. But she's giving me a little energy to let me know that she actually appreciates or likes me too. So I'm going to go over here. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, it's just one of them things of energy being being reciprocated. You know what I mean? That's all. Like, I'm not just going, and this is just me, I'm not going to call a woman 100% of the time. I'm not going to text her 100% of the time. If she is interested in the least bit, she will text me sometimes here or there and say, hey, how are you? How is your week? How is your day? If she's interested in the slightest bit. And that lets me know she's there and she's interested in me too, and I'll keep on going. But if I got to do everything, I'm sorry. I'm just not going to do it. I don't care how pretty she is. I don't care how gorgeous she look or how many men want her. Forget her. And this is just me. Forget her. If that's how she gonna act, she gonna act like she can't possibly let me know she thought about me. She can't do that because she's a woman and I gotta go after her 100%. And she can't let me do that, man. I'm done with it. It's all good. And I ain't mad. I don't know you enough to be mad. But I want a woman that's going to let me know that she's interested in me too in the least bit. I don't want her to pursue me as a man.
That's the point that I'm making.
I don't want you to pursue me.
I'm not going to pursue you.
Don't pursue me.
I'm not going to.
Let me know don't pursue me to where pursuing is every day. you are hitting me up and I ain't hit you up none. I ain't hit you up because that's what you're saying. So pursuing a man pursuing you, you don't reach out. You're not gonna text. He's supposed to text and call every day to pursue you. So it won't be pursuing on your end because he's doing most of the reaching out. He's doing most of the texting. He's giving you that energy. So it's not pursuing, it's just interest. I'm letting you know I'm interested because you are giving me that pursuing energy. So I'm interested in you and I'm going to reach out too here or there to let you know, hey, I'm interested too. And not just be a recipient of your reaching out all the time. You know what I'm saying?
I,
That's all.
I understand what you're saying, and I think that there's, you know, in my world, there's definitely room for improvement in that regard. But I think that, you know, that's valid, but you can't really argue with that. I think, you know, I think there's certain men that I know that we're no longer in communication, obviously, but I'm not the one that's going, like, I don't care who you are. I'm not going to pursue you. I'm not going to like text you, like, or feel like I'm doing more of the legwork to get to know someone. Like I feel like there's a certain level that I will reach out and things like that, and I can do better with that. But I'm not going to, if the expectation is for me to reach out and be calling and trying to get you to see me, pick me energy, like I'm not going to do that. But there is a balance between, you know, like showing interest and then pursuing. There's like I think that I can understand that there's a balance. It doesn't have to be extreme one way or the other. It's the middle of the road type of thing.
Yeah. And it's not just you with you saying, hey, I could do better in this and that. It's everybody.
Yeah.
It's everybody because, excuse me, as single people out here, a lot of times we got ego. We have ego with whatever it is. Hey, what's up? We got ego, you know what I'm saying, with a lot of things out here in the dating world, especially when we have options. Especially when we have options. Like I had talked about before, I had to make adjustments to how I thought about being submissive and being you know what I'm saying, to a woman. I had to make adjustments to that. Because my ego and how I thought about it was like, no, as a man, I ain't being how you submit to a woman as a man. You don't do that as a man. And then I heard the different perspectives from y'all on the panel of tonight's conversation, and it made me look at it in a whole different light,
right,
on just the word submit and how it's done in a relationship. Because as men, we don't like the word as a man when it comes to relationships with a woman.
You know, we parties, but men probably have a more visceral reaction.
Exactly. But as men, it's a lot different as a man. And I had to check myself on it after thinking about it and make adjustments to how I thought about it and how I'll treat relationships going forward, because I was off with it. The way I was thinking about it was a little outdated because that's what I've seen from my parents for 40 years. It's outdated now. The structure of what they have now is a lot more outdated now. So I had to make adjustments to that. So we all making adjustments and changing different things and thinking about things different. That's how we grow out here as people. That's how we become more pleasant to deal with and put ourselves in a position to actually get the person that we should be with, like we want to be with or need to.
I think that what we talked about, which I thought was it was a really healthy dialogue, was the beauty of, you know, the dance that submission is, and understanding that like submission is not such of a buzzword, like, oh, it's so bad, when, you know, you kind of put it into context with a lot of different things. And what you also were on a show on, I don't know if you were on that panel, but tonight's conversation had um a panel talking about traditional women and traditional men, and like the difference between the two, like, because, and I think Ace was coming at one of the people on the panel, because he was like, you want a woman to work, you want to see how she's living her lifestyle, there's certain things that you're looking for as a woman, like for a partner and a wife,
Yeah.
but not traditional. So like there's not a lot of men that I know that want to deal with a woman. Well, there's a lot of, there are men. There's men that don't want the woman that they're pursuing to work. They don't really care about that. But they definitely, I think what I've seen in my life is that a lot of men will pursue me because of, oh, she's working, she's this, she's got this, she's got, like some of the education and working aspect of things. But when I get into a relationship, they expect me to be like kind of let all of that go and let go of like the things that I was doing before. So, okay, that was cute. You independent, you this, you that. I like that you got your life together. I like that you, you got your house, you got a car, you're not this, that, and the third. They like the certain aspects of things that are more modern, but they then say, but I still want her to be super traditional. And in most households now, it's two people working. The expectation for it's like the mother and the father to be working. So like for that to then turn into women having what they call the double shift of, okay, I'm working, we're working, we're both working 9 to 5s, we're both bringing in this amount of money, and then the expectation is for me to come back and take care of everything as if I'm traditional as well. Yeah. And so I think that it was like, okay, which one is it? It looked in the title of it was hybrid, that you want both aspects of it, but not all the way being. No, I can't, mommy, I don't know how to do that one. I don't know how to play that game. She's trying to get me to play the Sonic game. But again, I say that to say, when it comes to traditional and it comes to modern, I think men are very much, especially these days, like, I want a traditional woman. I want a traditional woman. But it's like, I don't really think you want a traditional woman, because you do want a woman. A lot of men want a woman that works. A lot of women. Yes, baby. Yeah, I don't know. She's trying to get me to get Sonic to move up the mountain. I don't know how to do it, Mama. I don't. No, I can't, baby. I can't help you with that game.
Mommy, I can do it. I can watch you. Look.
So again, I think that's the part that really. Sorry, stop. No, Mama, stop, or we're gonna play a different game. Okay. So again, it's like the hybrid of things that I think men want both, but then at the same time, it's not. It puts a lot of pressure on someone, because I personally found that I like to work. I like to bring in certain things. There's certain things about the household that I naturally take care of because I was raised. But at the same time, it's like, I think the expectation, I think men can kind of be, their messaging can be mixed, because you really do want a woman that does work. You really do want a woman that brings something to the table as well. But then the expectation also for her to be more traditional. To your point about your mom, or your family, who your parents have been married for 40 years. And I'm not really sure what that looks like or what their dynamic is, but I don't know if it's two people working or not working or whatever that looks like, but it's most men are looking for a hybrid woman, and then saying, no, I really want traditional, when in the reality is they don't. They want hybrid. They want both sides.
I think men and women nowadays want both sides, because women are working and in the workforce, right? So women can't take care of 100%. Most of them can't and don't want to take care of 100% of the traditional household duties, because they're working, right? Because they're working. And I personally think, and I talked about this the other day on the live, that it is unfair for a man to ask a woman to hold a full-time job and still take care of 100% of the household duties.
Okay.
So there has to be some type of balance there
Or something else.
in the relationship. So the man should be helping with those duties at home as well. It's a balance on both ends. Most men can't afford to take care of 100% of everything and take in a wife or woman. You know what I'm saying? So that woman has to work. Okay, cool. You need that. You be the boat provider, dude. You pay 70%. You pay 80%. She pays 30 or 20 because she works. Cool. On the flip side, you help her. On her side, you might be helping 30 or 20%. Whatever. Nobody's counting. But you come in first, you might cook. You come in first, you might clean up or wash dishes, wash clothes, get the kids together, whatever the case, to help on both ends. It's a hybrid on both sides. Not like it was back in the day with traditional, because my father, the only one that worked. My mom stayed at home. My mom cooked. My mom cleaned. My mom did everything, made sure his place was ready. Well, nowadays, that's just not how it is.